I'm out of it.
Wouldn't you be an asshat?
Welcome back to Dark Heresy, where Zach's an asshat. So last time, we found out that Paulina and Flint, although he wasn't here, so that doesn't really count, are not very perceptive people. Both of which decided to take knives to their sternums and were knocked out of a fight in which pirates attacked the Sulfedron. The conclusion of which was Ellen passing out and Mercury just going ham and totally murdering a dude that was running away. The captain died. A lot of people died. Man, Danny's going to like that everybody's dead now.
Including Blast Heart.
Poor Blast Heart. Oh, Blast Heart she is.
The cleric Blast Heart cheese. After that, we found out that Ellen reads way too much H.P. Lovecraft and is now trying to summon an Elder Dark One. Super great. Which will bring us to our first roll of the night.
Oh, good.
Ellen gets to do a lot of rolling from now on.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, the next time Ellen has to heal me, I'm gonna turn into a lich. This is perfect.
What?
No, they're not gonna give you that much
power. As
power.
cool as a lich. Fuck that.
You're gonna turn into
Zombie.
Be a Shoggoth.
You'll be a rust demon.
Rust demons can still be kind of cool.
They can be kind of
I feel
cool.
like
Okay, you'll be a
just go ahead and get...
Actually, no, that's a really good demon. I was
She
like, you
gets
could
to
be
be-
a slot.
You're
I'm
not
like,
allowed
no,
to be the
slots
really
are really good.
No, we'll just make her a Shoggoth. It's easy.
all of these
Yeah.
things sound pretty good. You sure you don't
Don't
want to
forget
heal
to
her
say
right
Shoggoth.
now? She'll be useful to the mission.
Anyways,
Probably useful that way.
make a straight willpower test.
My willpower
And
went down.
you can put this down. At the beginning of every session, you will be taking a straight willpower test to resist Ogbaldoff and his attempts to make you do what he wants in order to summon him.
Guys, we are so screwed.
We're so fucked, you guys.
We are so
We're
fucked.
so fucked, you guys.
Yeah, I feel a little bit worse about you losing that willpower now.
Hey Zach, when did you pick up Light Sleeper?
When?
Week 6, if
Why
that.
is my willpower?
Let's see.
I'm sorry, I meant like which rank?
Now, Richard, I'm getting this pop up every time I try to.
Oh,
roll.
because your character's not out. You actually have to be able to
yeah, you can
click
just,
on your
you can
character
also
to
go over
do
to your
that.
character sheet and
Yeah.
just click willpower.
Oh no, that's what I've been doing.
Is it?
Oh.
Yeah,
Also switch your name.
I just
Yeah.
did.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, this is the wrong computer. Obviously, I can't edit on that computer. That is not the GM computer.
Oh, never mind, I found it. It's an outcast.
Attributes.
So I'm gonna pick that up before the
Your
start.
willpower is here.
Wait. Aren't you a cleric now? Don't you only get cleric things?
Yeah.
Wait, so I can't pick up anything from old ranks?
Scum?
No.
No.
You are just a cleric
Just a second.
now.
Yes!
Still getting yelled at.
She's trying to get into character.
Hold on, I think I know what's the problem. I created a separate character sheet for your character just on the off chance that something bad might happen to her. No worries. Try it now.
Yeah, that doesn't concern me at
I'm
all.
not concerned. It's fine.
There we
There.
go.
All right, congratulations. He's poisoned your mind.
Fuck me.
It's actually kind of good for you in a way because you can also write this down.
Damn lies.
If you're resistant, in order to seek his revenge, Ugbaldoff makes you take difficult tests, so it's a -10 test, every night, or you gain 1d5 insanity for each degree of failure.
Well, he
Because
can fuck himself.
He plagues you with nightmares because his idea is to either you summon him or he's going to make you go crazy, and then he can take over your body and make you summon him.
Good.
Enjoy that. That should be fun for you. So
Sigh.
now that that's out of the way. Before you get into Arbella, I forgot to do this since we were kind of wrapping up the session pretty quickly. You've all taken up, well, not all of you, you've taken up jobs on the ship to kind of fill the gaps since you've lost a ton of people. Mercury, you're basically just a lookout. Like, that's your job because the lookout of the ship was killed. So you just hang out at the crow's nest all day.
Okay.
Flint is a weapons master and the night watchman, so he does your job at night.
But he won't get to stare at the sun.
I know. It's okay. The moon's kind of close to that. Ellen, you already know your job. You're a doctor. That's what you do. You also, like, if they need you for anything else, they take you. Like, if... Does your character have tech use?
Maybe... No.
No? Okay, so
No,
they wouldn't...
I mean, I have it at basic, but...
Alright, then
don't
yeah,
have it
they probably also, like, if... Like, because there's only 2 engineers and they're both the chief engineer died. So... They probably take you down to engineering as well to help out whenever there's, like, not people that need help in the medical area. Paulina's become the ship's cleric. And that's it. You guys basically just have your duties now to kind of help the ship. Merc and Flint's being very important because, you know, don't want to get ganked by pirates again.
Yep.
So I guess I'll wait until we're sure Clar's back before we go.
I'm here.
Yay!
I almost missed what my
Sounded
job
so
was because my
exciting.
boss texted me.
Yeah, he should stop that.
You should.
He
Sorry,
should.
I'm tired and I've been looking for apartments all day.
What?
I said sorry, I'm tired and I've been looking for apartments all day. That's
Still
why I
hot?
don't sound so awesome.
Okay.
Ugh.
So anyways, to Port Arbella. The mist and foggy overcast clear in the midday breeze as the Sulfedron approaches the port. For the first time in almost 2 weeks, the crew seems semi-lively and active. Orders are being barked and followed swiftly, though a few sailors hang by the rail just a second longer to catch a sight of the beautiful fountain city of Arbella. Captain Lexilla comments to the group that it'll be good to get into port and relax for a day or two while the party conducts its business, but gloomily reminds you that your mission is even more important now due to the loss of some 80 souls on your voyage to the Five Sisters. Still, even the weight of your mission feels airy as the city comes into view. Men, women, and children, all fairly well kempt, flitter around the long docks lining the city's emerald green ocean, and very colorful banners and flags denoting which company owns which dock line the surrounding area. Up from there is a grand marble white staircase lifting into the city proper. It takes no time to discover why the city is known as the Fountain City. Water seems to be falling, pooling, and spouting from everywhere, running down the walls and streets from a large dome structure in the center of this breathtaking village. The ship is about to pull all the way into port. Is there anything that you guys would like to do on the ship before we get to actually docking?
Nah, I'm good.
Not that I can think of.
All right, you guys pull into port. Lexilla and deckhands, lower the gangplank, and everyone begins to disembark. You guys disembark as well. And as you disembark, you are met by 3 women, flanked by a small contingent of fully armored city guards carrying las weapons and wielding large warhammers.
Good.
What is this ship? Who do you sail from, and what is your business here? The one who's obviously in charge says to either Mercury or Lexilla, you can't really be sure. Lexilla walks forward, and she says, we come out of Seagate by way of Mordeaux. We are simple traders, and hands over the papers. The guard looks them over very meticulously, folds the papers back, and passes them. Very well. You are given leave of the city or you are given leave of the dock for no longer than 1 week. She then looks over the rest of the group. Odd band of traders you are there. And now first roll.
Rolls 100. She just pulls out a gun and caps Mark.
She, as she says this, she looks over the group of you and very obviously, you know, going over the deckhands, pausing at Lexilla, stopping and staring at Mercury, and then Flint, and then kind of just going over Ellen and Paulina, and then to the rest of the hands that are on shore.
Mm-hmm.
You can visibly see well, actually, roll an easy perception, so plus 20 to perception for any of you.
Yeah, okay. Damn it!
Woo!
Wow, it was Paulina too.
Holy shit.
Woo!
Paulina, you notice
Good, the
that
one likely to share.
when
Rolled a 99, by the
when
way.
it goes over, when she looks over Flint and Mercury, a look of like almost panic shoots into her eyes for just a flash, and then it's gone.
Oh, great. That makes me feel so much better about Mercury.
God damn it! I
she
fucking
then-
convinced you last week.
She then backs away while still facing you guys until she is behind the first row of city guards, and then turns to begin walking away. What do you guys do?
Well, she seems nice.
I like her.
Seems a bit judgmental. I'd say we're a fine group of traders.
Okay, so I do have a question. So obviously last week Mercury was able to convince Paulina of pretty much anything he needed to convince her of. But things keep happening that logically would, if not erase that, make her rethink all the things she's been convinced of. Should I roleplay accordingly?
Okay, when someone pulls a deception on you, you're only hoodwinked for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Or until you find counter evidence. You don't eternally necessarily believe it.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, they'll lie to you in the moment, and you'll be like, okay, that makes sense. And then, like, an hour later, it'll be like, maybe not. So
and then
it's
if
not
I
like
see
a
someone
permanent
panic
thing.
And if
Like
I see someone panic when they see them, that would obviously give rise to...
It's a red flag.
No,
Yeah.
that would arouse suspicion, but that doesn't mean he was lying to me. He
No,
is working
I'm
for
not
Jubal.
saying... I'm not saying that that's what happened, but yeah, it is a red flag.
Yeah.
It's a cause for suspicion.
I feel like that's a red flag for anyone when someone looks at someone and goes, "Oh fuck."
But yeah, it's basically like, unless they roll a 1, and even then you're not gonna permanently believe it, but it's just that lie will stick into you as true a lot longer. Generally speaking, most lies, like simple lies, last 10 minutes. If they lied really well, you probably believe it for an hour or a day before really questioning it, unless counter evidence comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like if Mercury walks up to you and he's like, "I'm purple," you're immediately going to be like, and you might actually believe that for a split second, and then realize when you're looking at him that he's not.
Sand really does taste good. Wait, no, it tastes like crap.
Exactly.
Yeah. Slate ate the sand and found out I was lying.
And then subsequent attempts to do that get more difficult
Mm-hmm.
because you have prior experience. That is bullshit.
Got it.
So yeah, is there anything that you guys want to do while they begin walking away?
Can I just get a quick description of them one more time? Because you said city guard and they had
There
warhammers and
like there are
blast weapons.
3 women. The 3 women that initially approached you are wearing very nice armor. Like, you would assume that these are like military level officials based on your experience in Sanctuary. Like, this is not necessarily the armor Tempest or Dante would wear, but it's similar, and it's definitely a few steps above what the rest of the guards are wearing.
Okay.
But the rest of the city guard are very obviously city guard. They're wearing guard flak with, what you assume to be the crest of Arbella across their chest and shoulders. The guards carried las weapons. The 3 women, they carried like large war hammers and had what appeared to be las pistols on their hips.
Okay. But that's like they just have very ornate armor and a sigil that I assume to be for this port.
The city guard have a sigil that you assume. Oh, you actually would know this. Well, not know it, but you recognize the sigil that's on those 3 women's clothing from when you linked to Sarna for a split second. It was a sigil that you don't know the meaning of. It's basically, if you know what a floor is, it's a floor.
Oh, okay, like the fleur-de-lis.
Yeah, like a fleur-de-lis.
Isn't it just fleur-de-lis? Do you not pronounce the S?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I've heard it both ways.
Honestly,
French.
the first time I heard it, it was pronounced fleur-de-lis. So I have no idea how that's actually pronounced.
Yeah.
I was going to say I've heard
French
it both
is
ways, but I haven't
crazy.
heard that one.
I should know this. It's in Hitman all the time, and they bring it up all the time.
All right.
Anyways,
so
it's
it
that.
just flashed for Sarna, but that's it. That's
Well,
my
you
only
remember it because you don't know what that means, but you
but I'm
saw
saying
it in
that was
her mind.
it. Like there was no context. It was just like
There were 2 symbols that just flashed in her mind too fast for you to get anything else out of it.
okay.
Because it was almost kind of like a backwash. She was reading your mind, and something
Something slipped back
yeah.
in.
Something slipped in because there was a vision that was that powerful.
Okay. So that was on the 3 women, but not the city guard.
Yes.
Okay. Conveniently asking questions.
Da-da-da-da-da.
That's the only time that's ever going to work for me.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, are they wearing clothing? And you're like, no. But, that reminds me. Magic.
Paulina says quietly, but loud enough for the group to hear, but not loud enough for people outside the group congregated to hear. Did any of those women look familiar to anyone?
Richard,
Pointed
did any
stares.
of those
Do I have any knowledges that would help here? Maybe to identify them.
Oh, that's right. Would common lore of Valanthia have anything to do with
No.
sigils and crests? No.
You would be able to. Well, you just know that the guard armor's sigil is in fact the sigil of the island of Lysara.
Okay.
But you don't know the crest that's on the 3 women. You can make a scholastic lore legend at
Sweet.
a -30. Because this really isn't a legend thing, but it would
I would
come
have
up
to
in
get
legends.
a 1.
I'm rolling 50-50.
Good luck.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Can I help then?
Not if you can roll a 1 to do it. No.
Well, no, because I have a 31
Yeah, I know.
plastic lore.
Alright, yeah, you can help him. You get a +10 to your roll.
Under 60.
Yeah. Come on, Devin, don't fail me now.
Well, now you just jinxed it.
I know, right? Rolls 100.
You can't say anything to Devin when he's about to roll. Be it positive or negative, it jinxes him.
Yes!
So, from reading over, actually, from reading your most treasured book, you have heard of the sigil of the floor, and a voice in the back of your head says that they are not to be trusted.
Sweet trust.
Oh, god damn it.
Who do you trust, Devin? The
Well,
magic
clearly
being
not
that you
them.
trust implicitly?
The
Or the
magic,
people he tells you not to trust?
the magic
So-
being who
so-
forces your trust.
So I get the thought that they're not to be trusted, but do I have anything else to back that up with?
They're not to be trusted. They've been on Volanthia since the penning of the last chapters of the book, which is the earliest actual recorded times of Volanthia. They come up very rarely in the myths and legends, and when they do come up, they come up as people that they're referenced as a group that just steals children. Particularly, they are a group that steals young women. Generally of, 5 to 10 years old.
Holy shit, is this
boy.
like the evolution of Battle Sisters thousands of years later?
Yeah, probably. That's the that's what
That was very
this
quiet.
interprets in my mind.
Perhaps.
Anyways,
It
Richard,
couldn't
I'm
be that
guessing-
Richard's mustache is super itchy right now because he forgot to trim one of them, and he doesn't know which side it's on, and it's tickling his nose a lot. No. Yeah, go ahead, Merc.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I'm guessing the answer is no, but she asked if we recognized anyone.
You don't.
Yeah,
You've
that's
never
what I thought.
met them before.
We
Okay.
should be careful around them.
Women
Okay.
with weapons? What makes you say that?
It's that book I've been pretty much
Obsessed
going
with?
over nonstop. It doesn't exactly have good things to say about them. Or
Can I read it?
Is it talking to you now?
I saw Ugh,
No,
I saw
No,
Ugh,
but seriously, Paulina says, do you mind if I take a look at it when we get back to the ship?
Richard, if anything, I would want her to read it, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
A voice in the back of your mind calls to you.
Clara, what have you
"Yes,
done?
Let her read. Let
It's okay.
her know.
I took... Oh shit, no, I guess that doesn't really help.
Clara, what have you done?
No, this is
I
GM
took
Dickery.
I took Unshakable Faith before
Yeah.
this started. So that helped me reroll Fear Test, but that doesn't actually do anything for willpower, I just realized. And my willpower is really low. So...
This is gonna be fun, but
If you're super scared, you get to re-roll that.
it's actually, yeah, it has a couple of chapters you'd be really interested in.
How far have you made it in your book, by the way?
How far have I made it in the book, GM?
Oh, you finished the book. You finished the book a few times.
I'm trying to absorb all the knowledge.
It's just such an engaging read. It's almost like every time you reread it, you find something you've missed before, some arcane knowledge that slipped by you the first time.
That's how I feel about most of my books.
Yeah. Snape was a really cool guy. There was a lot of depth in that character.
I also have Master Order, so, if we ever decide to go full, support of, what's-his-face, we could really do some damage.
Good.
This world is screwed.
Yep.
Fuck
Deep
Bolantha.
thoughts. Anyways, how far have you made it in your book, Ellen?
Actually, reading it through, I've lost track, but there were some... I keep going over it. There's some very interesting stuff that I want to make sure I don't forget.
Did you ever come across anything about the crystals?
Richard?
A voice in the back of your mind very deeply says, yes, you must, but you must study them further. Get them away from Mercury.
He knows my name!
Fuck!
Or, no, because this would be better. Get them away from Lazarus.
Oh, shit.
I'm
This is
excited.
an entity that would know that.
I'm excited about everything.
I love you, Zinch. Just have to find out which of you.
You're my dog.
You know what? I did see that. Remind me tonight. I'm gonna look that part of the book over again.
All right. Might finally get some answers.
No, we won't. Just a lot of tentacles.
Ellen, you're the tallest, right?
Other than Flint.
Yeah, but Flint's not here, so I'm not going to have him do it.
Oh, I thought he is, but
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's for a perception test.
Okay.
Whatever 1.75 meters
You're
translates.
the tallest.
Yeah.
Roll perception. Just roll it straight.
Yeah. Okay.
For the record, that's about 5'9".
Yeah.
Shit. Seriously?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is that a problem?
You're
Were you
roughly
planning on
half-
wearing heels to a party with Mercury?
That'd be
Well, now that you mention it,
yes. Slap
Like
and
Merc
runs
should wear
away.
those heels.
what? Run away? I wouldn't run away from her.
True. You see that one of the three women. You see the three women talking after they've walked maybe 20 meters from you, where your position is. And then after they're done talking, one of them stays behind, and you catch her glancing over back towards like the ship every once in a while.
Is Lacella still around, or?
Yeah, she's organizing the unloading and such. She's near enough that you could like call her over without too much effort.
Yeah, I will. And basically, I'm just going to say to her, Captain, we probably should keep them as far away from the ship as we can.
Yes, hopefully they won't bother us too much. That guard seemed very overly interested in our writ of passage. I'll have to make sure that my forgery is top notch if we're going to stay here very long.
How long are we expecting to be here?
She turns to Mercury.
No, you heard the city guard. No longer than a week.
We should probably shave that down as much as we can.
Well, it depends on what we find. Again,
Do
I
they
still
really
don't.
make you that? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I still don't know what we're looking for, where to look for it. I don't even know how to begin investigating that. Pardon me, ma'am. Have you heard of an ancient artifact that could possibly save or destroy the world? You
Well,
know
now
the
that you
one.
mention it,
I keep one of those in my shop.
Fortunately for you, it's only yay big. It only takes one person to carry.
About the size of a mountain,
bang,
yes?
bang, bang.
That would be Merc's plan.
Ellen, do they really bother you that much?
I'm getting a really bad vibe from them.
Also, before we go any further, Devin, you took one of the hand cannons last week, right?
No, it's from what I understood, you didn't even tell anyone you had them.
Okay. Well, sorry, you asked after the game that if you could have one, so I just wasn't sure if I was supposed to remove that from my inventory. or
Well,
not. No, I hadn't told anyone.
out of character, we
Okay.
should probably give Ellen one of those.
Yeah. Because the plan is I want to go into town and sell those, so that was I didn't want to have that included on my list of things. If you
Okay, in that case,
So-
well, Merc would do what he would think. If not, I'll just rely on my special ammo from my crap gun.
what's your crap gun?
Stub auto.
It is
You're
one of the crap guns.
it's actually not much because the hand cannon can only be fired with two hands. It only has 5 meters of extra range and does one extra. Oh, it does have two pen, I guess, but it's 2 rounds to reload and it has 4 less shots. And
Yeah,
it's a -10 if you don't use 2 hands to fire it.
I've got my special ammo for that. I'll just deal with it.
Not
So,
to mention
it's-
your fire selector wouldn't switch over. You'd have to go find someone to tool that for you.
Oh no, I'm fully aware of that.
So I'm not telling you you can't have it. I'm saying I thought maybe you were working with like an auto pistol or something. And even then, the auto pistol has the auto capability in 18 shots. So
Yeah. No, I'll keep my stub auto.
all right. So then I guess because I wanted to calculate weight before I did anything else because I want to take it into town to sell it, and I don't know how heavy everything's going to be. Actually, I don't think it matters because I think I can carry like 45 kilos now. I increased that by 9, so I can do it. All right, that was it. That was why I asked. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah, I'm just getting a really bad vibe from those guards.
I just feel unwelcome, but that's nothing new.
Yet, on second thought, I'm not going to wait until tonight to do some research.
Bless
Sorry.
you?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if we're going to go out and about in the city, it would probably be best that we stick together. So, I guess we don't
did
have to be
agree on
gone
that
long.
last time.
Yeah. We don't have to be gone long, but we've been on the ship long enough and you've had enough time to go over your book. For now, we need to investigate. Unless that book has the location on hand, in which case I'd prefer that you share that information.
No, if I had found that, I would have told you immediately.
No such luck.
And, well, let's see how quickly we can do this.
Alright.
Alright, so what's in the area?
Well, I was
You're
about to
just
ask. Yeah.
there's dock after dock after dock. That is where you are. There is marble steps leading up to the city proper. You know,
Oh, okay.
way to unvideo there, Zach.
Yeah, I didn't. It just turned off.
Good. But yeah, there's marble steps leading into the city proper. It's like 200 meters or so away from you. But it's like up quite a ways, so you can't see.
And no one's told us the general lay of the land here?
No.
No, that's generally the captain's job, and he's dead. And I was just about to ask Luxilla.
Okay,
So,
go for it.
all right. Luxilla, could you tell us anything about this port, or Lysara in general?
I'm sorry, Mercury. I just I've never been to the Five Sisters before. I've heard they're all set up very similarly, and that like they have a very rigid kind of caste system, and the more important you are, the closer to the center of the city you are. But beyond that, I really don't know.
Well, that's enough to start on. Well, I suppose we'll be back later. Actually, I need to grab some stuff from our room or our cabin first, but then we'll be heading out.
Very well. Be back by sundown. I'm gonna make sure that we tie the gangplank up, just to be safe.
Yeah, curfew is probably for the best.
Good call.
She
have a
also
spy,
turns
Devin?
to Paulina. Paulina, if you wouldn't mind,
Uh-oh.
try and find us some recruits, because we're going to need to replenish ranks if we're going to do any more island hopping. Getting
Okay.
to Seagate from here would be hard enough. I don't think we'd be able to get to Sanctuary in one go with the crew we have.
Is there anything specific I should look for?
Anyone who's able-bodied and wants freedom to travel.
Alright.
There's coin in it and free room and board. You just have to work.
Sounds good.
And I know you're the last person, or I'm the last person you want to hear this from, but we should probably, fuck, I can't remember the name of the god. Starts with a B,
We
right?
should probably
Barrett?
fuck.
Earth?
Yeah, we should probably fuck Paulina. Anyways, we should probably leave Barrett out if we're doing religious recruitment. I don't know how many people in Lysara follow that.
Do I have to roll Common Lore Valanthea to know how
Widespread.
how the Rankin Empire / Bareth in and of himself is generally received throughout like the Five Sisters and stuff? Like, would we have heard in Sanctuary about the ignorant savages who worship gods that nobody knows about?
Roll it, and let's see how many degrees of success you get.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Nailed it.
From what you know, they
99's for
worship
life.
for us, and You don't know why they would be particularly upset with Bareth, because like most places don't necessarily worship Bareth, but the five gods are almost universally respected. Like there's very few places you will go in which they outlaw like one of the gods.
Okay. As far as I know.
So as far as you know, it'll probably be fine. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to be as warmly received as a Foros cleric, but you're not going to find anyone who probably hates it necessarily.
Paulina will just look at Merc and say, we're a trading vessel. It doesn't even need to be anything. Religion doesn't even need to really be mentioned.
No. But in case anyone asks, you are a cleric, so it's just best to tiptoe around these subjects.
Wasn't gonna mention it in the first place.
I find that hard to believe.
Alright, so, what are you guys up to?
Right, I'm gonna go back to my room, and I'm gonna put the 2 knives and 2 hand cannons in my backpack, and I'm gonna grab the shock maul, and I don't really think I can put that in my backpack, so how would I best secure that?
You could, just tie it off onto your belt.
Okay.
Most people aren't going to be upset with someone carrying around a shock maul. They're not lethal weapons.
No, but I just, I didn't want to be holding it.
Yeah. You can find some, like, cloth strap and just tie it off to your belt.
Okay.
Or to your backpack if you want. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, can I tie it going lengthwise? No, I'll just tie it to my belt.
Sure. That's fine. You figure out a way to carry it.
Yeah. Alright. So. Oh, that depends. Did you guys follow me up to my room to see that? Are you guys in your room? Did you guys wait at the bottom of the ramp?
I just would have waited.
I would have waited with Ellen.
Okay. So I guess as I come back down the ramp, is there anything you guys need to grab? We're going to the city to do some trading.
I already have all my stuff. I would have brought it out because we're getting close to the port.
Same here.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't want to walk out onto port, 2 knives, some pistols, my hips.
Some of us are prepared.
Blow your head off. So.
Not while the shard still requires more than one person to lift it.
So.
Though I seriously doubt Pauline would be of any use with that anyway.
Exactly. Read my mind.
Alright, so what do you guys do? Now that you guys are all stocked up, ready to go at the bottom of the ramp.
Walk up the steps. I mean, I walk down the ramp and then up the steps, but...
Okay.
Yeah, head towards the city.
Alright, you guys make your way...
Actually, do I see any people who are hanging around the docks looking for work?
Yeah, there are, like, just people that are looking for jobs, yes.
Okay. What would I roll to try and recruit them? Just straight fellowship?
Tell me how you would try and recruit them, and then I'll tell you what to roll.
Damn it! Let's be very straightforward with this. Just tell them we're a trading vessel. We are traveling to several ports within the Five Sisters and then heading back to Sanctuary. There's room, there's board, there's coin, but it requires just the normal sort of obedience to the captain and and someone willing to vouch for them.
Okay. Let's go with a +10 charm test.
Alright. Watch me fail this super badly.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Yep.
They look at you and kind of, scoff. A couple of them, the more gruff and less well dressed of them, you know, kind of are like really intently listening to you and just nod. No one really like seems very into it except for them, and they kind of scamper off as soon as you stop talking.
Okay. Weirdos. Alright, I'm ready to go.
Freaks.
I tried.
Okay. Up into the city?
First, everyone roll awareness.
Awareness.
Sight or sound based?
Oh!
Sight-based.
Oh, nice roll, Devin.
Rolling under 67. I've actually
Oh
got
my
good
God.
stats for once. I know, right?
Like, you guys don't need to roll under 67s. Holy crap, look at that.
So... Actually, I need to roll because this is an opposed test. Alright, so, Ellen and Mercury, you both notice that the woman that was left behind has begun to follow you guys as soon as you walked past.
She's one of the floor de...
Yeah,
the
she's
floor, right?
Yeah.
she's one of the people wearing the floor.
Was she the one who got freaked out, or was that the one who turned around and left right away?
Well, all three of them turned around and left very quickly, and then this one got left behind from that group. As
Well,
the other
I
ones
think
went
she
back
meant,
to
was it the
city.
main one who was talking
No,
to
it
us
was
and
not
looked
the
us
main one.
over?
It was a different one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of like prod Ellen with my elbow, get her attention. Actually, I don't know what configuration we're walking in, if I'm between her and Paulina or
It
what.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
planning on walking
it's
slightly
irrelevant.
behind the two of you, but yeah.
Okay. So, either way. So I turned to Ellen and just let her know. One of the... fuck. They weren't city guards, so I don't know what should I refer to them as? What would
The
Merc
women?
think of them as? The greeters,
Military
I guess?
officials,
Yeah.
heralds.
One of the women you disliked so much?
What, you mean woman?
Yeah. That would be all of them, but what do you mean I disliked?
No.
Oh.
Ellen disliked.
Got it,
Because you're
got
telling Ellen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, one of the officials who greeted us at the docks is tailing us.
Paulina tries very hard not to turn her head behind her.
I'm talking to Ellen.
I'm right behind you guys,
Yeah, but I'm whispering it to Ellen in a crowded place.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't hear it?
probably
Would I have to
not.
make a
I'm
perception
going
check
to
or
let
what?
you know, but you're the less subtle of the two.
Flint's
fair.
with you. Flint's walking with you guys, just so you know.
I
For
wasn't
when
sure if you came
Danny
with us or
finally
not.
gets here.
Oh.
Yes,
Fair
on the
enough.
off chance that Danny actually makes it. in
Okay,
a
well, in
reasonable
that
amount
case,
of time.
I'm telling Flint first, and
Okay.
after I tell Flint, then I will tell Ellen. So, I've already informed Flint, so we're just going to stay nonchalant. We don't want to attract any attention. I'll let Paulina know when we stop.
Nod.
Good. Anyways, you guys make it up the staircase after that. It opens up into what appears to basically be a shopping district and also kind of like the services area. Like there's hospitals and where, you know, the fire rangers would be and that kind of thing.
The hell are
Okay.
fire rangers?
It's like a fire patrol, firemen.
Oh, okay.
They generally had more specific training than that and would also go out into the wild because they had to do culling wildfires back in the day.
Mm.
The more you know.
Do.
Yes, the fire patrol for the city, as well as a medical center and many a shop were to be found. It is a very nice and well-kept area. There are fountains aplenty all around you. Most of the shops appear to be made of wood and masonry.
Yay. No marble?
It's a fucking shop, man. It's the shopping district, ain't it, Marble? You do notice that the closer in from this towards the center of the city, the more ornate the exterior decorations are to the shops. They're
Okay.
become like statues, and instead of just small fountains, there are actually fountains that pool in the middle of the street that you have to walk around, and it gets much nicer the further towards the center you go.
Okay. Da, 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 da. I suppose as we continue walking towards the center, is there any point at which, like, we see like a large gate or like a ring or something like that that would prevent us to get too close to the center of town?
No. As you walked in the stairs, there's actually a wall that kind of separates everything, but the gate was wide open. You just walked through.
Okay, so
And once you were inside, there's no like other separating walls on the interior of the city.
all right, so we could, theoretically walk all the way to the very center of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So in that case, as long as everyone is willing to follow, I'm going to attempt to get as far towards the center of the city, in the thought that it would be like the better shopping areas.
Yeah, like I said, as you walk towards the center, the shopping areas get significantly nicer, or the shopping area gets significantly nicer. Once you get nearest the large dome building in the center, which is obviously the heart of the city, there are great gardens all around it, and almost like a moat, like an ever-running river that just kind of circles around the dome structure in the middle.
Okay. I would like to attempt to enter the building, if at all possible.
Alright, so you guys are jumping down there. Give me a second. You come upon a magnificent domed structure in the center of town. As you approach, you find its red and white shell adorned with beautiful reliefs and stained glasswork. Mercury, again, you notice that the symbols in Sarna's that you got from Sarna's memory just flash into your mind. There is a capital I with a skull in the center of it, and then there is 3 blades jutting at different angles. The scene of the relief and glasswork is of a large winged man wearing a crown of light leading men out into the vast emptiness. As you go on, you see depictions of battle and war and triumph and honor. It is after a few seconds of drinking this all in that you notice that the ivory steps are flanked on either side by city guard, though they don't seem very interested in you and smile at you welcomingly. As you climb the stairs and make your way inside, you are again awestruck by the beauty and scale of this structure. Massive paintings adorn the wooded walls, climbing up the gigantic dome, or to the gigantic dome above, and depicting the triumphs and betrayal of the coronated one. The main hall of the dome is like that of a large church, with pews lining the floor in concentric circles towards the center stage, upon which lies 10 large oaken seats, a podium, and a strange metal device that ascends towards what appears to be a large set of chambers near the top of the dome. You estimate the size of this grand structure to be nearly 1 kilometer wide and half as tall. You all enter, just drinking all of this in, and after just a moment, you realize that the speech that had been going on, the preaching by whoever was up front has stopped, and the murmuring of all those seated in the pews has quieted. The silence becomes deafening. You turn and you see hundreds of sets of eyes looking upon you, none more ferocious and intimidating than that of the piercing green eyes of the woman standing behind the podium. Your voice and motor control cease as her voice reverberates through the room around you, filling you with awe. Oh, and what have the Rankins sent us this time? She curls a finger, commanding the party to come forth and address her upon the podium. She and her companions atop the stage are adorned with glorious armors of impossible technical depth and weaponry as fearsome as that of Dante Albinus or Tempest Thales. Even in such battle attire, they all looked very reserved and strikingly comely. How do you proceed?
Well, I'm already annoyed.
Well, very quickly, I suppose I should ask. The Inquisition, is that as much a secret as Psychers, or?
No, but it's not something most people would have direct knowledge of.
Would that be anything that Merc would possibly... Because that's a pretty well-known symbol of the Inquisition to someone who's not from Valanthia.
Yeah, but you're scum. The odds of you ever coming across the Inquisition, or symbols of it and recognizing it, is very low.
Yeah. Plus,
Not
it's not like I had
Flint.
Total Recall back on Scintilla, so...
Do you have, Imperial Cult or Imperial Creed lores or any of that?
I have Common Lore Imperium.
No, that just kind of tells you the general layout
Yeah.
of...
That's...
Yeah.
I don't have
No,
very
you
many
don't.
lores.
You don't have
I
anything
can't
that would...
get very many lores.
Yeah,
Damn it, where's Danny? Wouldn't he know something about this?
probably.
Fucking Danny. Can we pause here for 3 hours?
What do you think?
If you guys
Ab-
want to take a break for 10 minutes and see if he shows up, we can. I don't really mind, because
I don't mind either, because I could use
It's
water.
not a terrible
Yeah.
idea.
it would
Also-
it'd be really good to have him at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a different question as well.
Okay,
Um,
shoot.
So, I have the list of the stuff that I was able to find when I wasn't actually here at the Shop of Oddities. I've been reading pretty steadily for the last couple of whatever
Yeah.
since we left. Would it be out of the question to have finished most of those?
No, you've probably finished them. The way that you would
Okay.
use these realistically is you would ask me, pose a question, and then be like, I think I would get this from that book, and then I would tell you the test
Yeah.
to derive that from.
Okay.
To be,
Um,
if you remembered it, or if it wasn't from in that book.
Okay. So I was going to say a lot of those stained glass pictures and things like that. There was a scroll about lesser writings of other gods.
Mhm.
I don't know how much that would be how useful that would be, but it doesn't sound like it since it sounds like Inquisition and not necessarily Valanthian. But I'd go ahead and probably see if any of that rang a bell. Basically,
No, you
if stories like that rang a bell.
Whatever, I guess, roll Valanthian lore with a plus 20, because it'd be pretty easy to tell what this is.
Okay.
In fact, Mercury would probably already know this. This would be
Damn
something
it.
Mercury would actually just straight up know.
Darn.
So do I know?
The depictions on the wall are that of the God Emperor going out into the void to find his children, the Primarchs.
Wait, didn't you say he was winged?
Yes, it's not... They're making it like a god. It's
Got
not
it.
a direct depiction, but it's a common depiction to have the Emperor winged,
Got it. I was...
even though he's not actually winged.
Yeah, because I was going to say Sanguinus was the only one who was, which is...
Of the Primarchs, yes.
Yeah.
And the Emperor himself was not winged, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I would recognize that as the Emperor.
Yes, you would recognize that that is a depiction of that. of what I
Okay,
just
so
described.
I suppose at the very least, if
You are
Danny doesn't
aware
show up
that
after
you
the
are
break.
inside of a temple of man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So.
Paulina, you would also be aware of just that general theme, though you don't know exactly what the depictions mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wait. So do I know it's a temple of man,
No.
or just that it's a temple dedicated to
Well,
a different
it's not
god?
called the Temple of Man anymore, right? After 1,000 years on Valantia, it's kind of been watered down a tad.
No,
thought it was still
it's
man.
called the Temple of Man here.
Oh,
Normally,
But
it
not-
would not be called the Temple of Man.
not in Sanctuary or anything like that.
Well, it is.
Oh, it is?
The religion of the bastardized religion of the God Emperor on Valanthia is known as the Temple of Man because they don't actually know who the God Emperor is.
Got it.
They basically believe that a man ascended to godhood to rival some of the other gods. Not that you actually directly know this, but
Yeah, no.
Paulina would. That there was a man that was so strong, he's grown to rival that of the gods, and they created the Temple of Man because he became the fifth god.
Okay. So I vaguely know all of this stuff, but nothing that is useful enough to really help me. Besides, hey, we're in a temple of man.
Yeah. You can
Alright.
recognize the iconography, but you don't recognize what the reliefs are.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Besides, I failed my roll by 1.
Yeah.
Quick question, though. I mean, I guess since I already recognized, the God Emperor from their stuff like that, it's really irrelevant at this point. But would I be able to make the logical leap from... Because the sign of the sigil of the Imperial cult is very similar to that of the Inquisition, and that would be something that I, as a scum, would have come across at least semi-regularly. So I could at least make the leap that they're intertwined, even without the information that that's a depiction of the God Emperor.
Yes.
Okay.
You
I just
are aware
wouldn't
that
know.
they are
I wouldn't be
somehow...
like, oh, you work for the Inquisition. I'd be like, oh, you work for the Empire, or the Imperium.
You are aware that they are somehow related to the Imperium, but not entirely sure how this religion really fits in.
Okay.